Hello, my gorgeous little queefy slumber party listeners. It's your host, Tim Murray, and you're listening to the podcast where I interview drag queens, comedians, and Broadway stars about their slumber party experiences growing up. And today we have the late, great, former king married to Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip is with us this afternoon. No, I actually have the hilarious comedian, actor, producer. You might know him from his truly insane Instagram presence where he drags the hell out of basic gays. Please welcome to the stage, Tommy Doe.
Hi. Thank you for the introduction. I literally in my head was like, do I know how to do a British accent? I was like trying to like come up, and I was like, I could do this whole as a character, and I was like, I can't even do. I'm so bad at accents, so I was just like, I
You
hope
come in and you're just like,
whatever
of
comes out.
course I have a British accent, mate.
I love slumber parties. I love to sleep over. I don't know. It's like
For
Adele.
those
Yeah.
it's Adele. For those listening at home, Tommy absolutely does have a photo of a gorgeous, gorgeous picture of Prince Philip behind him. Are you an Anglophile? Do you love the Brits?
I'm not.
And that's the beautiful thing about doing comedy, folks. Sometimes just the picture is funny. That's all.
I've literally never thought about this man until the past 3 days. I have never I've never thought about him ever.
I literally in my head I was like, okay, think of his name, and then I think it's Philip. But I literally when people were like he died, I was like, okay, who is that? I thought she's all these pictures of her running around. Helen Mirren played her in the movie. I thought she was a single woman all these years. I had no
Me
idea
too.
she was getting dicked down by that guy.
I didn't know. I didn't know that was happening. I don't really think of. Yeah, I have never thought about him. And it's wild. It's wild to think about what I do think about. It's like I think about Jennifer Aniston from Friends, Rachel from Friends, so much, and then this guy comes into my life, and I'm like, oh, there's a whole part of the world that I don't even look at. This is wild.
Yeah, there's this whole culture, this
Yeah.
whole thing, because Jennifer Aniston truly is. I was gonna say she's our Meghan Markle, but
She's
Meghan Markle is also ours. She is. She's our princess. She's our pop princess.
she's our princess. We really look up for, I think about her a lot. So
I really think about her all the time too. Guy Brandon was on the pod last week, and I'm not kidding. We talked about Jennifer Aniston for
stop. See, I told you.
45 minutes.
Oh, God.
What are you more sad about, the death of Prince Philip or the death of the ArcLight in Hollywood? You're an East Coast
ArcLight.
bitch. Do you care about that?
No, I live in LA now. I was born and bred on the East Coast, but I live in LA now.
Wait, but you
I
told me you're
don't.
on East Coast time for this podcast. Were you gaslighting?
Okay, yeah, because yeah, no, I'm on tour with Disney on Ice right now, so I'm in a hotel room. I know, no, I know. I don't even know if I'm allowed to. I mean, I am allowed to talk about it, but like the social responsibility of performing for, is it a super spreader event? Is it, it's, I mean, we're being as safe as we can, but we are encouraging people to gather. So it's not fabulous.
Okay, outside of the pandemic, be working. Okay, we just have to get into it because this is fabulous. You are an ice skatress, and I've followed you on social media for years. I love your video where you are. Was it a yoga mat or like when you're standing in the road and you're like, what is that thing that is over your whole body? Or you're like a piece of a wall or something?
Oh yeah. I just cut a hole in a yoga mat. I pretended to be a hill, and I
A hill.
just a hill. Yeah, yeah. And I just told the backstory of this hill who really wants to be a mountain, and he just dreams of one day of joining the mountains.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So I've known of you for years, and I saw, Normal Gaze with Cole and all your videos that you did with Cole, and I just was walking down the street with Michael Henry the other day, and we were talking about your Instagram and how funny it is, and he was like, mentioned that you're a figure skater, and I was like, I had no idea that you were also a figure skatress. That is
Yeah.
so shocking, and you've been doing that your whole life.
Yeah, it's kind of my day job, I think I would say. I don't know, I feel like that's a weird there's like a negative, like, "That's my day job," and like, I work at a bank and that's not my passion, but it's nice that I can make money that way, and it's really nice that they give me money to do that. That's all I have to say about that. I
And there's nothing to be embarrassed about because mine is worse. Acting is my day job. Thank you so much.
Oh my god!
When they put me in shows, I say, thank you so much. This is survival for me. I really want to write.
Yeah, yeah.
I really want to write. But thank you
I'm doing this
for
guest
the
spot
check.
to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on Modern Family to eat. That's what I do. That's why I did Modern Family.
That's the only reason.
Yeah,
But
I did 10 seasons of Modern Family to eat.
I don't think that you should be embarrassed about that. I think that that's really admirable that you're like, okay, there's this thing. I mean, if you've been doing it since you were like a very, very small child, right?
Yeah, no. I'm not embarrassed by it. I just think it makes it sound like it's a nothing thing to me, and it means like I'm very grateful. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that it comes off as like it's not my passion. It is, but it's also like kind of like my bread and butter. That's so stupid. That sounds so weird.
It
My
doesn't.
bread and
It
butter.
doesn't.
Like I'm like a marketing company, and like Bank of America is my bread and butter. Like, Chase Bank, that account is my bread and butter. Like that's so weird to say.
No, it just sounds like a very true thing, which is that we can have more than one passion. And
Yeah.
we're very lucky when one of those things brings us the muns.
Yeah.
But you're also really passionate about photos of Prince Philip. Wait, okay. Do you care more about the death of Prince Philip or the death of the Arc Light?
ArcLight. I will tell you though, I um sorry. I'm so sorry to the royal family and the speed of which I just said ArcLight. Like I apologize. I literally just screamed ArcLight into my computer. I was like, ArcLight. The first time I went there, I was buying a ticket. I don't know what it was for. No. Now You See Me? No, not Now You See Me. I don't know. Ready or Not, that like genre bending. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Anyways, he was like, do you want to have a membership to the ArcLight? And I was like, oh, how much is it? It was like $20 a month. And I was like, oh, I don't see that many movies, whatever. He then goes, okay, so then your one ticket is $18. I should have just gotten. I don't know. I'm not a wheel and dealer. Like I don't know those like, and I really at that point was like, oh, I should start like paying attention because that was really robbery of what
You
just
were like,
happened.
okay, I'll take the one $18 ticket, and then actually I'm going to come back at 6 p.m. today. So just give me two $18
To
tickets.
exactly $37
Give me,
with tax,
yeah,
$38 with
100.
tax. Yeah, or I could just buy 1 month membership for X month. I don't know. I'm so stupid.
No, but you did the right thing because, I mean,
It's gone.
not to blow
I
up part of my spot, but it's gone. Also, you never know with these companies. You could still be paying that ArcLight $20 a month membership for the next 5 years and not understand. My gym was doing that to me during this pandemic. I looked at my bank account and I said, ma'am, what's this? They were charging me when the gym was closed. I said, oh, honey, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
what do you?
And I called and I said, this is absolutely obscene. And they said, well, we're really struggling right now with the pandemic. So we'd really appreciate if you could help us out. And I said, oh, sweetie, you're not an off Broadway show trying to get donations for the costumes. Sweetie, you're a corporation.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're crutch.
donating
Yeah,
this
I don't.
money that you tried to steal from me. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. Wait,
I'm
okay.
gonna throw up. That's so funny.
So rude. Wait, okay. So you're a figure skatestress. Is it really cute doing that for like the children? I feel like the children would be so cute. coming and seeing the
It really
shows?
is. That honestly, you never get sick of that part. That is like to see people dress as your character. You're like, oh, that's really cool and fun. It's really sweet. Yeah, and that's like probably my favorite. The thing is that the job is primarily on the road. It's like touring like all year round, and I hate traveling. And I'm gonna say that openly. I do not care about traveling. I think it's stupid and selfish. Like it's just like drive four hours to see the Grand Canyon. No, thank you. It's really Google. I could have Googled this. I'm really upset by it, and I'm really upset that everyone is like hypnotized by the idea of travel. It's so frustrating to me. Um, that being said, I have a traveling job, so maybe I'm just being like that's just privilege shocking. But the best part is definitely the kids, the audience.
That's so true though. Like anytime I go anywhere, I'm like, I think it's fun to like go to gay bars and hook up and see a show. But anytime somebody's like, let's go to a museum or like let's go see the Eiffel Tower, I'm like, I don't get it. Mona Lisa, Mama, I saw pictures of that on a postcard and it was more
Yeah,
impressive than what
yeah.
I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I every time I go somewhere and I travel, and you have to do this. You have to do this. Every time I go there, I'm like, that's it. We. That,
That's all there was?
I don't want to be rude to Mount Fuji, but that's it. Uh,
Mount Fuji, Mama, this is your drag excellence? This is the best
yeah,
drag you could bring, Mount Fuji?
this
I'm
is
not
what all people are
impressed.
talking about. No, this is what
No,
all people are talking about. I don't. I'm
no.
sorry,
Wait,
Poppy. Okay.
did you love figure skatestresses when you were growing up, or were you like, I do this so I like? Did you look up to the ladies? Is my real question.
Yeah. For me, it was definitely. I grew up during like the Tara Lipinski, the Michelle Kwan, the Surya Bonali, the Sasha Cohen, Sarah Hughes. So that's really, I mean, and back then there was like a lot of like, I don't know, figure skating was a different time back then. It was like a lot of like glory, I think, attached to winning the Olympics, especially in female figure skating. And I was really attracted to the idea of like, and they like, I mean, they really set them up. The commercials were like Tara versus Michelle, and it was like very exciting. Nowadays, I think it's not as prominent in culture. I think there's
You're
less.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
That what is that? What that is really strange because like it was so big. I figure skated 3 times in my life, was very bad at it, but was obsessed with the culture
Right.
of it. Like I think every little gay boy was. It was like the Scholastic Book Fair. Did that come to Boston? Like
Yes.
you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
Yeah.
The Scholastic Book Fair
Yeah.
would pop into your school and then they would set up all the books. And then I will never forget buying, I said, give me one Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith poster. And then go ahead and put the Tanya Harding in there. And then go ahead and put the Nancy Kerrigan in there. I had the Nancy Kerrigan one where she was like, in her like gorgeous when she got silver in her like gorgeous white dress and her leg is like so
Yep.
gorgeous in the air.
And her hair is up, and she's holding her knee.
Ice
Though
Queen,
in a
yeah.
spiral, not like in the. Yeah. Okay. Whoops.
Not in the sad way.
No. In a glorious way.
In
A
a glorious
gorgeous,
way.
glorious way. Yeah.
It was everything. It was like it was. I mean, there's something so cool. You're watching somebody dance on the fucking ice. I'm sure you're like, bitch. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't need to be. But it's it's it is like magic to me. I'm like, this is incredible.
I gotta be honest with you. Every time I'm learning a new trick and I see a video of a new trick, or if I see a video of skating, I can't imagine my body doing it, and I get scared. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that like physically. That's weird. And then after a few attempts, like it comes easy, and I'm like, oh, that's it. But like looking at it is a lot different than experiencing it. It looks weird. It looks wild that you're able to still like do this thing, and you're like, what? Is what I'm saying. I'm amazed. I constantly amaze myself. Is what I'm trying to tell you. I really surprise myself, and I'm really my own best friend. And I amaze myself.
That's how I feel about my stand up as well.
I
I
I
say
wow me.
I wow me. I say I could never. I watch Ellen DeGeneres and I say I could never do what she does. And then I get up there and these words just fly out of my mouth and I think,
Yeah,
okay, wow, I amaze myself.
yeah. I could talk about parking tickets. Yeah. Ellen.
You know what is you got to give credit where credit is due. You know what is one of the best jokes of all time is Ellen's like old joke where she talks about when you trip a little bit. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but she's like you trip
Yeah,
and then you point at the thing like, oh, what the hell is that? And then you start to run a little. I
yeah.
that happens to all of us on the daily, and every time I think of it, I think, damn, that was good. She hit that
Here
relatable.
and now, here and now is honestly like it's really good. I mean,
It's
it's a shame
really
that
good.
she's a jerk, but she's really good. Like here and now, like the whole beginning and the arc, like the procrastination idea is just really good job, Ellen. I mean,
We're here to say we think that Miss Ellen has a spot in show business.
yeah,
We
she has a
think
future.
she has a future. Let's get
Hmm.
into that. I'm going to segue from this into the Instagram thing because I
Okay.
think it's all a little related. Gay people. Go with me.
I haven't heard of them.
Gay.
Who's that? Yeah, what is that?
What's it like to be gay? Gay people. Okay, so everyone's talks about how she's a jerk. I think there's undeniable proof that she's been very mean to people. But I
Right,
also have to think about, how good she was during that time and how little credit she was given. Because people
right,
also love to shade Mother RuPaul for the same thing. And I'm like, I get it. Like, there's definitely stuff that people at that celebrity, it's like easy to take shots at them. But think about what they had to go through to get
right,
to where they're at is like
right.
Ellen was up for every single late night show to replace like, Jay Leno's gonna leave eventually, and maybe it could be Ellen. Can you imagine the amount of rejection of people being like, "You're a woman and you're gay."
Yeah,
We're dangling the carrot and then being like, you're a woman and you're gay." And same
right,
with RuPaul being like, the amount of just like, "Fuck you, you're gay, it's not gonna happen for you," must have
right.
like metastasized in a way that like now they have this major platform. If that happened for me, oh Tommy, oh bitch, I would pick up, I would throw baked potatoes at people all the time. I would say, get the fuck out of my face. I wouldn't really.
Don't look me in the eye. I swear to God.
Did you read that article about Scott Rudin? Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, so Scott Rudin is like the one of the biggest producers in the world. He's like almost like Harvey Weinstein level, but for Broadway. And
Okay.
this article came out this week that I think the article was called like Scott Rudin is a monster or something. And he is in trouble because he's reportedly been very mean to people in the past. And the two examples they gave was he smashed a computer monitor on his assistant's hand because she
What?
couldn't get him a ticket on a sold out flight. And then the other one was that his other assistant was like, A24 is on their way up in the elevator right now. And he was like, you didn't tell me that A24 was coming today. And he threw a hot baked potato at his head.
Oh my God.
It's just like
That
that is not
is
defensible,
wild.
obviously. That is like,
No.
we give people people have too much power, which
I was thinking this the other day when I was watching Mia Farrow versus Allen. Farrow versus Allen on HBO. Did you just watch that? It's fucked up.
yes, fucked up.
Okay, I just don't understand. Please enlighten me. Why you think you can do this stuff because you make movies? I'm curious. What? Because you made a little film about a couple in bed that are like, honey, I like the lights on, but before I go to bed, oh, that's okay, sweetie. I want who because you
Who cares?
came up with this subtle, gross dialogue. You think you can touch people? Weirdo. What? Why? Why do you think you can do that? What? Same with Harvey Weinstein. Because you make movies, you think you can do whatever. What? Why? You make your movies are dumb. Movies are extra. You can quote me on that. Movies are whipped cream. Like it's on top of it's entertainment. It's supposed to be for fun. And honestly, if another Spider-Man movie was never made, no one would ever be sad, except for Tom Holland. But chill out. Why are I just went on a rant, but I just don't understand why you think that because you shouldn't be doing that anyways. period. But you're not like a world leader. You're making a movie about Spider-Man. I don't
I agree completely. And take it from us, two people who make short films. Okay, we love what we do, but not enough to be monsters. Like,
I
what
mean, I don't know
are
why you think
you
you can get away with it.
It's really crazy. We have reached a real insane time where I think that's why things are starting to, like, finally the bubble's starting to pop, because
Right.
like, do these people have so much power and influence? It's like, it isn't healthy or normal. Like, I think back to, like, remember before movies were a thing? Like, remember the 1800s, honey? Because I'm sure
Remember the
Shakespeare,
1800s?
honey, remember the 1800s, honey? I'm sure in like the 1400s, Shakespeare was getting treated better than other people, which, sure, whatever, but not like to this level where you're literally like, you feel so strongly about your ego that you are, sexually
Like,
assaulting people and throwing baked potatoes at
yeah.
them. No, no, no,
Like, you
no,
think
no.
you're a god amongst men? I think you produced Seussical the musical. I don't, like, I don't want to. I love Seussical. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
we're
it got
we're not hating on Seussical the
we're not a
musical. Let me
Seussical,
make that
and I'm not
very clear.
trying to make.
Let me make that
However,
very
what I'm saying is, you you are not a god amongst men. You didn't come up with a cure for cancer. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't do anything to better. I mean, you did in entertainment purposes, and this is getting really gray because I think artists are, worthy and artists should be paid. However, like, I'm just saying that I don't know why you think you're so powerful that you can do that. I mean, you shouldn't be doing that anyways, but especially you, Harvey Weinstein, like, or especially Woody Allen, like, because you made a short film that's in Tribeca, calm down, chill.
So,
Big whoop.
all to y'all shade, the same film over and over and over again, mama. Annie Hall is, which is, if
Yeah.
he's not, whatever, with the sisters one that Diane Weiss was in. It's all the same movie with the same, like, oh, I hope I can get the girl, even though she's like young and pretty. And oh, then there's this other girl who's like also, kind of quirky, and she's pretty in her way too, but not in like a teenage way. And that's the girl I'm supposed to be in love with. It's like, it's all very creepy and all very weird, and we should not be giving these people this much power. Speaking of power and influence, your Instagram presence.
Stop. I am Woody Allen. So you're trying.
No, I think these two things are related in that you are saying right now what your point of view is online, which is the
Sure.
same thing. Like, those white mask presenting gay dudes should not have the power and influence that they have. And you do such
Right.
a good job. For those listening at home, Tommy reposts these like insane TikTok videos and Insta thought videos of basically these people like either trying to do comedy or just just talking to the camera in a way that's like, what is happening here? And then he parodies them, which I think is, have you talked about this on a podcast before? Your brilliant spin on it is like, I think other people, like, there's like the gays over COVID side of it, which is like just reposting people's stuff, but your spin on it is to
Right.
actually write something or actually act and parody it. Is that fair to say?
Sure. Yeah. Yes, and I thank you, UCB. Thank you, Improv 3. I think I went to 301. I don't know. Thank you, Amy
May she
Poehler,
rest.
for
May
starting
UCB
UCB.
rest as well.
I know.
Arclight,
Yes. Yeah.
Arclight, Priscilla,
Arclight and UCB.
may they all
It's been a
rest.
hard hit. A hard hit. But I guess, yeah, I think what I hope to, okay, gays over COVID. I mean, I don't really know what to say about that other than I think sometimes shame does work, but I also think that it creates a more of a barrier for people when you're like trying to shame somebody. People don't want to listen when they're being told what to do. I think that's just my experience. So I kind of hope that I'm talking more about like culture, like the culture of it all in general. Like I'm trying not to, I don't, you know what I mean? It's not about any one person, because when one person gets really mad about it, I'm like, okay, it's not fun anymore. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not attacking you specifically. I don't want, I'll take it down. I don't care about righting that wrong or whatever. But really, I'm just hoping that people see that, like, it's not just about the white mask, not just for the video itself, but the people contributing to the video, to the idea that this is worth something. So like all the likes and all of that, it's like we are informing these instigates to take those photos because we're liking those photos. And what does that mean about us? Why can't we critically think about that? I mean, I love a thoughty photo, but why is that the popular thing? Like, that's all I'm hoping to do. That's all.
Totally. I think that comes across very clearly. It's like you are pointing out the cultural problem. And
Right.
yeah, I never find it like mean spirited. And I think I have done like a in similar vein stuff as that, and just doing comedy in general. You know, we run into that sometimes. I've talked about it at length at
Right.
this pod, but there was like a very famous TikTok gay who is very problematic, who I just like did like a side by side video of one of his like comedy videos.
Right.
And at the end I was like, that's comedy. And that's kind of all that I did. And it started to go viral on Twitter. And then when that happens, people started calling me mean and like saying I was a bitch, and then also attacking my like going through my videos and being like, well, you're not funny either. It was this whole thing. And I think what's interesting about that is like people are so quick to anger, like
Yeah.
like or they're so quick to be like to there's no nuance. Like instead of being like, oh, Tommy is pointing out this really pretty fucked up thing in the culture, they're like, there are some people that think in their head like Tommy is being mean to X person, whatever name
Right.
you want to throw in there. And that's really not what's happening at all. It's also about you, the viewer, who is double clicking it. It's about, it's about me, even. It's about you yourself, probably. Like
Right.
all of our lizard brains that like I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when when those pics pop up, the very for 1 second in my brain I think that guy's hot. And then I'm like, oh fuck, the point of this is then he starts talking usually, and I'm like, oh my god, this is insufferable. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking at Tommy's
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram. We all contribute to it. And also what contributes to that, I think, is the way in which all of those people are not supporting and watching gay comedy content. Like if
Right.
you are click 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 on just a guy showing his pubes and being like, I'm trying to bring awareness to suicide awareness, here's my butt crack, like, and you're not also liking, posting, and resharing, you know, and diving into like the queer people who are making, actually putting thought and effort into it,
Right.
then this is fucked up.
It's fucked up. I think it's the idea that because the internet is so fast and because posting is so easy, people feel the need to not critically think about something, and they just kind of go, I need to show everyone everything all of the time, always. And that is wild. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's something romantic about, in my head, about Lorde, who hasn't come out with an album and she just went away. And she's like not driving around the Beverly Center hoping to be photographed. She's not like, you know what I mean? She's like, I want to have a thought and I want to have an idea, and then I want to come up with, I don't know, have a fully formed thought. I don't want to share something just to share it and overshare it. There's just something, because our culture is like, let's go go go. I think people get pressured into putting out things that maybe not have, that don't really have value, other than like for them, like a selfish reason.
Yeah. Brene Brown was
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Also,
Concur.
full disclosure, my boyfriend just walked in here and grabbed the car keys from me while Tommy was making that very eloquent
I
point.
wait, okay, I didn't know what that was. I thought they were poppers. I was like, oh, copy. Yeah, it's why not?
You thought I was hitting him poppers?
I literally thought it was poppers. I was like, YOLO, just do it. It's, what is it,
Uh-huh.
Tuesday? Work.
People are making too much content without value, and blah blah blah. Here's your poppers. No, I think that is so true. And it's like Brene Brown talks about this thing. She was talking on her podcast with this really, really smart guest who was like, mastery versus success. And mastery is like when you really work hard at something and try to make it really good. And success is just when, you're getting paid for it, or you're getting the likes, or you're getting the whatever. And right now
Right.
we're just seeing people go after success, which is like, I'm also reaching a point where I'm like, whatever, sure. If that's like Ellen used to do Mastery and now she does Success.
Right. Now she's hanging like Midwestern housewives by like at the like up from the ceiling and Ellen's Game of Games and then dropping them. Like, that's not
Into a
mastery in
ball
any way.
pit.
I mean,
No.
yeah, like people who have never been in any physical anything are like hanging by their hair and she's like throwing them into like waters with sharks.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's
Yeah,
like I think it's fine to have a good balance of those two things. Like if Ellen wants to
right.
do that and she's like, I did Mastery, I worked really hard or whatever. Now I just want to make some money. It's like, okay, sure. But we
Sure.
like go for it, girl. But also at the same time, we have to like there should at least be a conversation around what this is. And that's what I think you're doing, which is so fun. Is like we're not we cannot all just sit here and pretend that like these two like 21-year-old gay guys playing pranks on their mom is good. Like we don't
Yeah,
have to
stop.
pretend that.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to. It's okay. I mean, it's okay to be dumb, and it's okay to be like just have like whatever time and be relaxed about it. But also just be a little self-aware that you're being that way. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people watch The Masked Singer religiously, and you're like, wait a second, like you can watch it, but like just know that this is insane. Like this is
Just
I'm the
know that
masked
this is
dancer.
not Mastery. This is
Yeah,
not Mastery, honey.
this is wild. It's like someone had like a key to the wardrobe at like Disney World or something and just put it on a bunch of people.
Truly. Jenny
Truly.
McCarthy, Mastery when she gets
Mass
singled out,
Matt
Success on the Masked Singer.
Jenny McCarthy. It's Scary Movie 3. That scene is iconic.
When she breaks the head off the thing and she's calling him on the phone, she's like, I'm just looking at your awards, Roman. She's so good in that feature film.
Just everything.
Just absolutely everything. But yeah, I think it's like, I mean, we could talk about this for forever, but okay, I have a
Yeah.
kind of a hardball question for you about it. What do you,
Sure.
I
Okay.
heard you on another podcast saying that you love The Simple Life, which I also die for.
Die for. Yeah.
What do you
Die.
think, what do you think it is that we're like, okay, this is good, like watching Paris Hilton just like be completely vapid and like, you know, height of privilege. She is where she is because of money and her hotness, and we're like, okay, this is really fun. But then when we see these like hot gays on Instagram doing it, we're like, this is actually not fun. What do you think like the
Right.
main differences between those things?
I think that for me, watching Paris Hilton do that was the first time I realized what a character actress was. Does that make sense? She was doing
Yes.
she was making a choice. Like those are she wasn't she was deciding. There wasn't like yeah, she was just I'm hot. That is the whatever, but there was a lot of planning that went into that character. And she really and you see it a lot nowadays with like comics who are like, yeah, it's just like a character that you do on stage, or it's like a bigger version of yourself or a public version of yourself that and she really was the first time I saw that happen in like live in real time. And that's what I was so fascinated by. I was like, wow, this person is somebody who understands what it's like to be on TV. Like Christine Quinn from what's it,
Selling
Selling
Sunset.
Sunset. She understands that she's going to be on TV. And everyone's like, she's dressed so ridiculously. I'm like, well, I kind of like that she's dressing up to be on TV. Some people like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to start a fight with Davina, but I'm just saying that
Chriselle, who's an
Chriselle.
avid listener to this podcast.
It's just like, but I think that that's what I really appreciate about Paris. For like insta-gays and like thoughty behavior, I think that they're looking more of the reward than what they're putting out. And this is not everybody, obviously. There are some ones that are like putting in so much thought and time, and like they're kind of the thing that makes me the most like I guess annoyed. I don't know. I say annoyed like it's like keeping me up at night, but it's not. I'm just like that irks me a little bit is when people take themselves too seriously. They're like this is my passion, and this is what I do. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but like, let's all reel it in, because from where I'm sitting, you're doing ab workouts. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right,
fine,
right.
but like, let's all chill. Like it's like the
Yeah.
very,
And
yeah,
let's tell
there's
the
like this.
truth about what this is. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, but let's talk about it. I mean, it's fine and it's fun and it's fun to have fun, but like, just chill out. Why are you so, I mean,
And
there's
like,
this
if we're calling you out on your authenticity, like that is authenticity is important. That's what's fun about Paris. Like you were saying,
right,
she gets an assignment, she does the assignment, and
exactly.
then we're watching, like when she had that picture of her shirt that said, "Just stop being poor."
Stop being poor.
And it was like, okay, she's owning this moment. The problem with a lot of these Insta thoughts is that they're not being real. They're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And it's like, well, actually just be yourself and just be like, this is my hot body. But to be like,
Right,
I'm bringing awareness to like suicide awareness is like, that is
exactly.
deeply messed up, actually. And we need comedians to be calling out that that is uh actually really not what's actually happening here.
It's just, yeah, it's just messed up for you to be somebody who pushes that you are a hot person and a really, really, really good person who has good morals and good values. And that is like, I think that's really harmful, especially for a community that really has limited exposure, and people can only consume so much, you know, LGBT, like who are in the community content, you know what I mean? And so if that's the content that we as a community are putting out there, it's not really helping our cause to show just one-sidedness and to show someone without flaws. And I mean, I think the second you do that, you stop seeing people as people. You can quote me. You stop seeing people as people. All right. Mic
That
drop.
boom. No, but that's like absolutely right. Like that's absolutely so true. And it's the reason that we only can support gay people when they're in wigs and in drag, or when they are so unachievably physically fit and not and we're not doing a very good job of supporting the in between. I talked to a
Exactly.
producer recently who was like, a lot of people send me gay material, but to produce films. But the thing is, a movie about the average gay experience, or normal gay men specifically, will sell out at Outfest. But then if it plays at the ArcLight, RIP, it will no one will go. Like, and
Right.
that's true. Like, it's harder to get gay guys to watch that show, It's a Sin, because it's just about gay people having fun and then like a horrible trauma. But like, that's part of the gay experience. It's harder to get gay people to watch that unless they can be told there's going to be something really sexy about it.
Right, right. Something to aspire to, something to, I don't know, get your groin moving. I don't know.
Speaking of get your groin moving, how were your slumber parties growing up?
That segue was so good. It was, oh my God. I'm gonna write it down. Um, sl-
Please
my
write it
slumber
out.
parties, I did think about this. Growing up, I didn't really go to slumber parties. I grew up in a very, my parents are, I'm first generation Vietnamese. My first generation American. How do you even say that? My parents are both from Vietnam, and they met here, and so I grew up in a very strict household, and so there was like no TV on weekdays. Like, it's a school night, you have to take things very seriously, very regimented. So for me to go to a sleepover was like, it took like weeks of massaging. Be like, hey, you've met my friend Alex, right? They're like, oh yeah, I kind of, yeah. And you're like, oh cool. Well, he has like a big living room. And then like a few weeks later, I'd be like, so Alex, like, he told me he loves popcorn. And then my parents would be like, okay, cool, weird. And then like the seeds been planted, and then I'd be like, can I sleep over Alex's? And they'd be like, uh, have you done your homework? Like, it was like a whole thing to do that. So I would just not go usually, you know what I mean? So
Damn. Yeah.
I know it was a lot of too much work. And then every time I did go, I didn't have that much fun. I was just like, the work was not worth all of this for me to eat ice cream and I'm lactose intolerant and for me to throw up that ice cream, like
Now I'm pooping at a stranger's house and
yeah,
we're watching from Justin to Kelly. Honey, I could do this at home with my mom.
yeah, I'm pooping and there's
Uh-uh.
like the dog won't leave me alone and the golden retriever keeps wanting to get into the bathroom because it's no, I can't. This is too much. But I used to with my sister, we used to set up our tent in our living room and like sleep down there. And okay, so I have a story, and this is the most wild thing that I think just is a little window into like my brain. And so if there's any like mental health professionals out there, and you can please help.
You're talking to one.
Um,
You're talking to
okay,
one.
perfect. Okay, Doctor. So so we slept in the living room and under this tent. There's something really romantic about a tent. I gotta tell you, I'm romantic in not the sense of the traditional sense. It's just something like fantastical about a tent. I don't know why. It's just like the fantasy is amazing. And we were in the living room, and there was like there was like a nightlight in the kitchen, and it's like there was a shadow on like the wall, it like appeared on the wall in the living room. I woke up in the middle of the night to find these two. I don't know if viewers at home, listeners at home, you can't see this, but these two hands like talking to each other and performing like a hand puppet show. This was at 2 a.m. And I was like, what is, there's someone in our house and they are performing a shadow puppet. And there was a storyline. There was like a beginning, they had met, the one was mad, so one made mad, and the one ate the other one, and then they like went away. And then that was it. And I was I was with fear, frozen. I was like, what's going on? This is psychotic. Like, what is and then I told the story at breakfast, and my dad started snickering and laughing and revealed that he was the hand puppet master. And I was like, okay, I guess that's funny, but that's also psychotic that you you in the middle of the night, the off chance that I was awake, performed a shadow puppet play and then went to bed. I That's a lot to unpack, and I'm sorry that I like crashed your car into the podcast, but isn't that so wild? How
That is so shocking. Like, what? Did you ask him, like, had you done that before? Like, was this the 15th time and you happened to be awake? Or did you just get really lucky and you woke up? Or did he, like, shake the tent a little and hope that you wake up?
I gotta be honest, it was just one of those moments that it felt so loaded, I was scared to unpack. I literally laughed and then just like was like, okay, that is none of my business, and I need just to exit the situation. The-
It's none of my
this is
business.
another example of that. When okay, so on tour, we have dressers, and you know this, you're a Broadway gal. In the theater we got dressers, and we were in I don't know, Wheeling, West Virginia, and we had a local who like couldn't get my something snapped for me, and instead of being like, I can't get it snapped, he goes, click. Oh, it's good. He said click, hoping that would, he thought. And so in that moment I was like, there's a lot going on here, that's none of my
He said
business.
the
And
word click.
he said click. this is none of my business, and this seems bigger than what I can handle right now or what I can help. So I will move on and we will discuss at a later date, or I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Wait, so it wasn't put together? He just
No, he just pretended to, he just said click, hoping that it would trick me, but it still wasn't done. So I was like, whoa, like, uh-oh, this is whoops. And I literally just left the room and asked someone while I was walking to
this
the
is
ice. I
none
was
of
like,
my business.
this is none of my business.
This is none of my business. I'm gonna use that trick during homosexual sex. I'm gonna say, ooh, come,
Come.
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 It
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Good for us. Good for you. Good for
We
me.
did it.
Yeah.
That is so. Why are people fucking with you? Is my question. That is shocking.
Yeah. Just, there's just a lot of, I'm speechless to this very day. I think about it often, actually. That and Jennifer Aniston. I really think about the time my dad had shadow puppets on the wall, and I was like, I think he just got some kind of like weird, sick pleasure out of like being like spooky or like haunting. I don't know what it. I don't. And he just. I don't know if it was a power play. I don't. It was really wild. It's a lot. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Was your sister
Right.
older or younger?
She's younger. She's 27. Not to reveal. She's 27.
Which means that you're 27 and a half, I
I'm
guess.
20. Yeah.
27 and a half. And
I performed 17.
you can perform 17. This
I
is my
auditioned
actor's
for
access
something.
account.
I auditioned for something the other day that was straight up high school, and I was like, "What? You guys, come on! No, I've been filling out W-2s for 50 years. Come on, you can't have me do this, please." I did it, but
and
didn't
she
feel
and she
good.
booked. And she
She
booked.
booked, and
She's
she's gonna be on
17.
Glee Part 2 spinoff.
Part 2 spinoff. Wait, I also heard on a pod that you came out when you were 11 years of age.
Yeah, I was young. I was really young.
That's amazing to me. My boyfriend has the same story, and I'm always like so fascinated by it because it was just so not my experience. You were like, I know that I am this at that young age, and you were like, I need to tell people.
I think it was well, I'm a figure skater, so I was around a lot of um gay men that knew that they were gay and were very sure of it. And I felt like I related to that. So I don't know. And I'm also very self-involved. So I like think about myself a lot. I'm like, you know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, what am I? Who am I? Oh, okay, cool. Like yeah, so I think that's what happened. And yeah, came out very young. Very, very
That's
young.
really beautiful. And I think that's like what a testament to what it's like when you see somebody that's like you, that you can go like, oh cool. Well, if it's okay for that person, because that was my problem, was like I grew up in Ohio and there was
R-
nobody was gay. Like
Right.
there were maybe like a couple like I had a gay, like a lesbian cousin, but she like moved to London because like she wasn't going to be sticking around Ohio. You know what I mean? Like that
Right,
was like,
right.
so I knew when I was like 4 or 5, like I knew really young. Like I remember like in the first grade thinking like when we were doing the flashcards being like, I hope that that person turns around and accidentally kisses me. And like I
Oh,
knew
that's so sweet.
so young. And like my best friend Carrie
Accidentally
Brady
kisses you.
accident like oops, you're like you're in line and like
God,
he's going
yeah.
this way and I was like, oh, what if he turns around
Oh,
and we accidentally our lips touch. And like the in kindergarten my best friend on the school bus would always tell me about the boys she had crushes on, and I remember also having crushes on them and thinking, well, don't say that, obviously. So it's like such a fucked up thing to be like, oh, I've known my whole life and just which to bring it full circle, which is why I don't like the way that these gays are behaving on Instagram, because I don't like lies. Like I was
yeah.
lying to myself my whole life, so now all I want is authenticity. Like I want you to just tell the truth about what is happening.
Yeah. Just say what you mean, what you feel. I think I'm just really lucky that, like what you said, I'm really lucky that I had people in my life who had done the hard work and and had came up with the name and defined it for and how to be in the world and how to act, or like at least a starting point. And I was able to kind of emulate those traits about them that I liked about them, and go from there. So I was really lucky in that regard.
That's incredible. What kind of
Yeah.
gay shit do you want to see for this next generation, or even like for us, whether it be in theater, in figure skating, or like TV or comedy? What kind of like gay stories do you want to see?
I find myself working on a lot of gay friendships because I don't think we have a lot of those. Like really showing in all the colors of a gay friendship, and that one that isn't sexual. It always has to be sexual. I don't like that because I don't really, I don't sleep with my gay friends. So I mean,
Okay, I'm taking the hint. Fuck. Okay, Tommy, I will stop making eyes. My God.
but I just want to, yeah, and I just want something to. I mean, it's really hard to like. You always have to like trick people into watching your stuff, huh? Like you have to always be like, it's about this, JK, like it's about, gotcha, you're already here, like, and that people don't normally see or relate to. So I'm really trying to find the perfect way to show gay friendship, show queer friendship in a way that's accessible to people who may not be in the community, and hopefully that humanizes people a little bit. And hopefully once people, it's the thing is that like when you can see, or like, you know, I was working something a few years ago where people were just, I just wanted like two people being awful, two gay guys being just really rude to each other. And I think it was because I was just so tired of seeing one end of the spectrum of like, and this is good, it's good to have this kind of content, but you know, gay people are fine upstanding people of society, like that's great, like they are, but they're also complicated and they're hurt and they make mistakes and they say awful things, and I want to show that, and I hope that when people see that, or if people see that, it like kind of go, oh, I'm also that person, and it doesn't matter that I'm not part of that community. I connect with those emotions. So that's what I want. You, Ryan Murphy, that's what I want.
Ryan Murphy, call us up. No, that wow. I'm honestly like very in love with that, because it's like, yeah, there's more than just, we're not just a Will or a Jack. We're
Right.
also a Karen. Like but like we can be villains, and we can be cruel to each other. And yeah, the friendship thing, other than Will and Jack, but even spoiler alert, they sleep with each other at one point in that
Right.
show. Like Queer as Folk, I think, is like one of the most like good examples of like really showing queer authentic stories. But even that is
Hmm.
like, it's so hypersexualized,
Right.
and it would be so nice to
Which is
just
fine.
which is fine, but like it would be
Yeah.
so lovely to have like an actual gay Golden Girls, where we can like support gay men being friends with each other and think that it's funny, and not just have to filter that through the lens of seeing women do that.
I'm literally writing I'm literally writing the Friends but gay. And they're using their names. Monica, Rachel, Phoebe. They're just all gay, but it's the same, and the same characters, and Ross is, you know, but they're all gay. I'm
I
just gonna do that.
love that. I love that. Why not? That's all. I mean,
Why not?
I just rewatched all of Friends literally in this past two
You
months.
did?
Like, yeah, for like the fourth time. I know it's problematic, and I don't care. I just like, I just think it's the
It's
like one of the funniest shows. Even there's parts of it that obviously do 100% don't hold up, but
right.
it, like, the joke writing is great. Those characters are great. Like the Lisa Kudrow of it all. It would be so great to watch a
Right.
game.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I agree. I think there's something really warm about the show that is that a lot of shows. I mean, have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Only
Uh,
every now and again, I'm always like, what is happening?
yeah, it just missed the warmth factor. I mean, it's like it's the same idea of like people hanging out in a bar or like a coffee shop, but I really, there's something really warm about Friends that I think that's what people are connected to, and it's the writing is really great. Again, you're right. Some of the jokes are trash, but
Trash, but also the chemistry. You cannot beat that.
is
Like, they're
you can't
actually
beat it.
friends in real life, I think. Like, you can like feel that they just have a vibe with each other that like really
Right.
doesn't feel like we're doing a sitcom and we're on a set. It just feels like, oh wow,
Yeah.
these people like do this with each other on their lunch breaks too, is like at least what we're made to feel watching it.
Right.
Whatever
Right.
magic happened there, it's like it worked.
I'm glad it held up. Yeah, I'm glad it worked.
Okay, are you ready to play some Slumber Party games?
Sure. Oh,
Okay,
I didn't know there were gonna be games.
there's
Okay, I'm
games. This
nervous.
is the section of
Okay.
the show that I like to call Wait, let's have fun.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a little fun. So I have a would you rather for you.
Okay.
Would
Oh my God.
would you rather date a girl with big boobs or a juicy ass?
Uh, I literally have never thought about this in my entire life, and I've
I
been
know.
filling out W-2s for 50 years. Frick. Oh
But isn't it so
god.
weird, like hearing straight guys talk about that, like in a locker room or something, and just being like, "Wow, that's
Yeah.
never crossed my mind. Now I want to know."
Yeah. When people are like,
Are you a
I'm an
boob
ass
man or
guy."
an
You're
ass
like,
man?
"What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't even okay. I when I tell you to, I do not know the size of breasts. Like I don't notice. I do not know. And when people are like, "Wow, she has big breasts," I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even." Not to say that I don't know. It's the same with like
I don't know
children. I don't know
either.
how old children are ever.
Mm-mm.
Like, are you 7 or 14? I can't tell. You're under 21. I can't even see you.
I have the
Um,
same. I have the same thing. I'm always like, I
yeah,
don't. No clue. No
you're
clue.
yeah, and same with height too. If someone's 5'10" and under, they seem like 5'7", 5'6", they seem the same around the same height to me. I'm really bad at like gauging how tall people are.
I'm with that too.
Um,
Also, like how many people are in the stadium? I'm like, I don't know, like 72, and I'm like,
yeah,
Tim, there's 4,000 people here. I'm like, I don't. Some people are bad at us at
yeah.
gauging estimation, and that's us.
Yeah, and that is why I'm a bad driver, I gotta tell you.
Hmm.
I think maybe I'm a boob guy. I don't
Fun, fun.
I I guess, yeah. I
Okay,
don't know
great,
what that means, but sure, yeah.
great. Okay,
I guess,
great.
yeah,
Would
great.
you rather
It's
be the most popular person at work or the smartest person?
if okay, are we allowed to ask, like, if you're smart, are you liked at all?
No, you're like
Oh,
you're like
the know-it-all.
you're not hated. Yeah, but you're the know-it-all. You're, let's put it this way, you're Hillary Clinton. Like you're like, you know what I mean? Like you're doing everything right and you're like figuring it all out, but like people
Right.
don't naturally, they're not like,
Right, but then you make
they're
the
not gonna
joke
win.
Pokemon Go to the polls. Yeah, and everyone's like, "Ooh,
Ooh.
what is?" Okay, that was weird. That was a
Yeah.
weird, uncomfortable moment for all of us.
If you're on the
Copy.
tour bus,
I
that
think
you get to pick the movie that everybody watches because you're the smartest
right.
person, but you're not the person everybody wants to sit with at lunch. So you're getting to like make a lot of the
Listen,
decisions.
right, but no one's happy with. Okay, there was someone on our tour bus who always picked the movie, and it was the bus. Everyone wants to sleep, and there would always be loud action movies, and then that person who picked the movie would fall asleep, and we would not be able to sleep because like I don't know, like the Hulk would be smashing cars and we'd be like, "Oh my god, like can we turn off?" We're just, like terrorized by this movie. I think popular person, the most popular person. I think that's what life's about, anyways. It's just like let's have fun. Like, what are you doing that's you have to be so smart at? Except like rocket science, but
But even then, it's like, wouldn't you rather just like have fun with your friends than like
yeah,
when people are like, my legacy, like what I'm leaving behind? I'm like, I don't want to leave anything behind. I want to make money and like get drunk with my friends and laugh and have
yeah,
a
that's
nice
all I want.
house. That's all I want.
And I
And like
just
help people or
want,
whatever.
yeah, I want marble countertops and to laugh. That's really what I want.
And that's why we are a Paris Hilton at heart.
Yes, yes,
I want marble countertops and to laugh.
that's
Okay,
all I want.
that's great. If we were at a summer party together, what movie would you pop in?
I did. What movie? Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
sorry. I asked you what YouTube video. What YouTube video
I
would
got
you that
so
for?
upset just now. Like I was like,
You're like,
semantics. This is so crazy. I've never seen a movie ever. Um, okay, so I was thinking about this. There's something. I mean, obviously, fail videos are just like, uh, I mean, I was watching one the other day where we revisited Scarlet Takes a Tumble, and
oh,
have you just? I mean, I really wonder where Scarlet is today. I really want to know.
should be a bigger star. Should be a bigger
She
star.
should be, yeah. And the one, have you seen that video where she's doing single ladies and she's wearing a clown mask and she slams her head on the TV? I'll send it. I'll
Oh
send
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 It's been a while, but I know.
Just that sound is just so. I mean, I mean, fail videos really get me. I love ridiculousness, which is kind of like bad because it's really just trash TV, but I really enjoy it.
No,
Um,
I miss that so much. I was talking to a friend about that recently. Like I miss stupid, I miss ridiculous. That's why Bowen doing the thing on SNL this week
Iceberg.
as the
Yeah.
iceberg was like, I think everybody and their mom is like, this is genius. It's like, yeah, because SNL hasn't been doing this kind of like really
Right.
silly thing in so long, and they are bringing it back, and it's so fun. Like that is ju- it, like in the same vein of like you playing a hill. Like I
Yeah.
just miss like silly, stupid, non like things can be stupid, and sometimes that makes them even funnier.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
have fun. I just have fun. I mean, I know we're going through a time, and I know there's a lot of stuff to be said, and I know there's a lot of wrongs we need to right. But don't forget at the same time to just to like be an iceberg. That is so like chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. How what a dumb fun time. The
Amazing.
best. The best time.
Yeah.
And there's also something like I really like the idea of just shock value. So I think at one party, it wasn't a summer party, but my friend and I brought up cake farts, and so
Oh,
we made
oh.
we made the whole room watch cake farts, and no one knew what it was. But the entire time, everyone was like, "Why are you making us watch this? Like, what? What?" It was like someone's birthday. They were like, "You can't. You're not invited anymore. Like, you can't."
Why are you doing this to us? I will never forget where I was the first time I saw that video. I will never forget.
No,
It is
like
so imprinted in my mind. It's so perfect. I'm gonna fart on this cake. You know what I like
it's
the
so
most?
weird.
You know what I like the most is like brilliant dialogue writing. You know what I like the most?
Yes.
Cake farts.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
It's
fart on
so
this cake.
honestly, I think for the icing on top of the cake is that it's like a Wednesday afternoon. She's just at home. It's like it's at 1 p.m. and she's just at home in her house, and she just had come home from Stop and Shop or Market Basket, and she just bought a generic cake. She didn't make that cake, no way. And she
Mm-mm.
just took her clothes off and then chilled them too.
And there's like farting fetish, sure, there's like scat fetish, like that's all legitimate, I get that, but like to put it on top of a moist frosted cake is just so crazy. And
Oh
she's
my
just
god.
zooming in, and it's just like you keep thinking it's gonna be over, and you're like, this is she's gonna fart near the cake maybe, but then she just squishes in even further, and you see it going in and out of her
Uh,
mouth. It's just oh, and
that
how
was
did
my
she
first
get
encounter of what?
how does she fart on command like that? Like that is impressive.
I have no idea. That is my first experience of performance art. I really saw that and I was like, wow, this is NYU's. This is NYU. This is great.
This is Tish. This is
This is
Tish.
Tish.
So I have to ask you because you just said that. Have you seen the movie The Cutting Edge?
No, I haven't. I haven't
Ah!
seen.
Okay, that's the movie we would watch at a slumber party. That is
Okay, okay.
it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. And
Really?
it is so good. So first of all, it's a figure skating movie, but it's written by the guy who wrote the Born Identity series. So it's like it's so well structured. It's like honestly a perfect movie. Like everything that
Right,
happens, you're like, oh wow, and now we're at the point of attack, and now oh this is like the approach into the
right.
whatever the midpoint, and everything about it is like it's so tight. It moves so quickly. Chemistry, darling. Like we were talking about with friends,
Ooh.
these two actors just have the kind of chemistry where you're like, I want to watch you two on screen together for the rest of your lives. And there's a whole sequence where she's like, we're putting it in. He's like, we're not putting it in. We're putting it in. It's too dangerous. We're not doing it. She's like, we're doing it. And he goes, Kate, why are you doing this? And she goes, because I'm in the mood to kick a little ass. And then they and it's so
Wow.
thrilling. I can't believe you've never seen that movie. I guess because you're a figure skater, you're like,
Never
why would
seen
I
it.
watch that? Oh my god.
Right.
It's I'm sure it's nothing nowhere near true to your real experience, but it absolutely is my favorite movie. Okay, I
Isn't
have
the movie where there's a hockey player? Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
hockey
yeah,
player,
yeah.
right?
He's a
Okay,
hockey player, and
copy.
then he gets slammed into a wall and he loses his sight in his left eye, so he can't play hockey anymore. And this guy comes to him and is like, he's Russian. He's like, I have opportunity for you. And he goes, skating opportunity. He's like, oh, did you get my letters? I've been meaning I want to play for the Red Wings. Are you from the Red Wings? And he hands him figure skates, and the guy goes, those are figure skates, pal. And then that's how our journey begins.
they redid that movie, The Cutting Edge. They remade it, and that girl is on tour right now.
With you?
Yeah. I've never seen it. I've never seen it, but she's yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
really big information for me. That's huge for me.
Wow. Huge. Okay. Just one. I didn't want to make
to watch that movie with you. It's really
okay.
I would really and so you could be like, this is not how it goes.
What is this?
Yeah,
like, what is this?
Yeah, what is this? And I'd be like, yeah, but look at their 90s costumes. Aren't they just fabulous? Okay,
Yeah.
This is a woman named Patrice Topoki who is an Australian alphabet. I think she's like third replacement Australian tour alphabet, but this is from her album. And that's all I'll say. Wait, I missed it. I'm so sorry. Nothing brings me joy like that.
I'm in space. I'm
in space.
I'm on Jupiter. I'm in space. Holy moly.
Been done so many fucking times, so many ways, with so many crazy rips. How did she think to even do that? That's like
wild. Wow. Congratulations. Amazing. What a time. Wow. That really, I'm in space.
I know.
For me, it's like the look to the Western, the look, it's like if someone can hit that and I'm like, I get my neck is just chills. Yeah. Ooh.
When a girl growls that, I'm like, oh fuck, this bitch made a choice to growl at the start of this. How's she gonna get through the rest of it? And then it's unbelievable.
Oh, I hurt my back last week and it's like really tight, and all I have to hear is like that look to the western sky, and it just releases. It like really just honestly a muscle relaxer for me.
Oh my god.
All of a sudden beautiful. I'm cured. Yeah,
that's so beautiful. We have to wrap up, but I could truly talk to you for forever now. Where can the people find you?
I guess just my Instagram. It's Tommy2_doe. I know I'm trying to find the 1_, I'm trying to find the no underscore, but here we are. It's 2021 and we're in the middle of a pandemic and I have 2 underscores. So Instagram.
I have 2 underscores. The Instagram is popping off. If you're listeners, if you're not watching it, you got to get into it. Also, where can people find your short films? We've got Mask Only and Basic Gays. Is that correct?
Yeah, Normal Gays and Mask Only.
Normal Gays.
Yeah, who the lovely Drew Droege directed.
Friend of the pod, the best.
Just a dreamboat. A dream. Yeah. Just at TommyDelisleDoe.com. Tommy, Tommy, Delisle, Delisle, Doe, not Dough. Please don't be like that.
Please don't be like that.
Why would you even consider? Weirdo. Okay. Yeah. .com. Obviously, Tom. You know.
Gorge. And thank you guys so much for listening. And part of this interview, a small part of this interview will be on the Patreon. So head on over to the Patreon. Also, we have Slumber Party merch now. If you want a picture of my face on a coffee cup or a tote bag, I don't know, do it. Actually, we really have really cute Slumber Party pillows, and I think you're gonna need one.
Do it. Summer's coming, baby. You need a tote.
You need a tote, baby. We're gonna be out and about, going to
beach babies.
Puerto Vallarta. All right, thanks, Tommy. Bye.
Thank you.